Top 10 Basic Human Rights Everyone in the World Must Know. Have you ever wondered what basic human rights? You have? Well, the answer is from your favorite world's #1 source of research-based content, the Daily Top 10. Human rights are the basic rights and freedoms that belong to every person in the world, from birth until death. If you want to know the top 10 basic human rights that everyone in the world should know, then take your time to watch this video. But before we do our countdown on what basic human rights are, let's clarify some points regarding the topic first. What are human rights? According to the Statista, human rights are fundamental rights to which a person is entitled as a human being, regardless of ethnicity, age, language, religion, or any other status. Human rights are universal and egalitarian. The most important document in the history of human rights is the Universal Declaration of Human Rights, proclaimed by the United Nations General Assembly in Paris in 1948. Every year we celebrate World Human Rights Day on December 10th with the purpose of protecting the rights and freedoms of people across the world. Even though the United Nations recognized 30 Universal Declarations of Human Rights, our team has still compiled a list of the top 10 fundamental human rights that you should know. So, here is the top 10 list of basic human rights which would help you to recognize and protect your dignity while developing your potential as a human being. Top 10. Rights to freedom from slavery. Human rights violations are a global issue. The areas of concern are numerous and vary from country to country. Although some of the most serious violations relate to slavery and the death sentence. According to Statista, modern slavery has a high prevalence in poorer countries, for instance, in Eastern Asia and Sub-Saharan Africa. Indeed, North Korea, Eritrea, and Burundi had the highest incidence of people living in modern slavery worldwide in 2018. However, wealthy societies are also involved in this phenomenon, such as in the forced sexual work industry or the labor conditions of migrant workers. The right to dignity and freedom from slavery, torture, and other ill treatment is protected by the 5th article of the African Charter, the 4th article of the Human Rights Act, and the Universal Declaration of Human Rights. Top 9. Rights to a fair trial. Among the decisions issued by the African Commission on Human and People's Rights and the European Court of Human Rights, the most common concern is the violation of the right to have a fair trial. The right to a fair trial is protected, among others, by the 7th article of the African Charter and by the 6th article of the Human Rights Act. The right to a fair trial is difficult to define internationally, as the procedures change significantly from country to country. Statista shows that the Universal Declaration of Human Rights, Article 10, establishes that everyone is entitled in full equality to a fair and public hearing by an independent and impartial tribunal in determining his/her rights and obligations and any criminal charge against him. Top 8. Rights to democracy. Every human has the fundamental right to participate in the politics of his/her country. This means forming a political party, participating in political activities, engaging members for political parties, or campaigning. Most people are unaware of their political rights. Therefore we listed the right to democracy in 8th place on our top 10 list of basic human rights that you should know. In addition to this, every adult citizen has the right to vote and nominate for election in terms of the Constitution. Article 21, Right to Democracy of the Universal Declaration of Human Rights, states this clearly. Top 7. To freedom of opinion and expression. Freedom of opinion and expression as individual practices or within a community is a basic right of every human to express their opinion without any interference freely. This right includes conveying, receiving, or seeking any information, ideas, or opinion through any media platform without any restrictions. Top 6. Rights to marry and have family. The family is the basic unit of society and should be protected by society and the state. Article 16, Rights to marry and have a family of UDHR, stated that men and women of full age without any limitation due to race, nationality or religion, have the right to marry and to found a family. The family has the same rights as marriage, but when it comes to marriage, only marriage can take place with the full agreement of both parties who are getting married. Nobody has the right to marry someone who disagrees with the marriage. Top 6. Rights to no discrimination. Non-discrimination is an internal part of equality. Article 2 Universal Declaration of Human Rights Act makes it illegal to discriminate in a wide range of areas. Therefore, nobody else can be discriminated against regardless of any kind, such as race, color, sex, language, religion, political or other opinions. Furthermore, every human is entitled to all rights and freedoms without restrictions, and no distinction shall be made based on the political, jurisdictional or international status of the country or territory to which a person belongs. Article 2 UDHR. Top 4. Rights to work. As work is fundamental to a human and a livelihood, the right to freely choose employment by protecting themselves against unemployment is a basic human right. According to this, everyone has the right to equal pay for equal work without discrimination. Based on the 23 article of UDHR, this right provides more work-related concerns, such as the right to form and to join trade unions for the protection of his/her interests. Top 3 Rights to education. Education is a must for each and every human to understand the nature of life and everything about the external world. Correspondingly, every human has the right to education regardless of any discrimination. The nature of education can be free or paid, but elementary education is compulsory. Higher education, technical and professional education should be generally available in terms of the basis of merit. Top 2. Rights to equality. The Universal Declaration of Human Rights prioritizes the term equality. It emphasizes, all human beings are free and equal, and all human beings are born free and equal in dignity and rights, in Article 1. People should act in a way with a conscience towards another human with the spirit of brotherhood, and that everyone has the right to equality and deserves the same level of respect. Top 1. Rights to life. The right to life is the very best fundamental thing to every creature of this world. Article 3 of the Universal Declaration of Human Rights speaks about the right to life, liberty, and security of a person. This means nobody else has the power to kill you because it is the responsibility of each state to protect the life of its citizens in terms of the laws. According to Statista, national laws prevail, and the death penalty is still implemented in dozens of countries, even for people under 18 years old. Why is it important to know your basic human rights? The Universal Declaration of Human Rights includes the right to life and equality, freedom from slavery and torture, freedom of opinion and expression, the right to work and education, and many more. Therefore, every human should know their basic rights to protect themselves or can file a complaint in the Human Rights Commission if any violations happen. To remind you once again, here is the second countdown of the top 10 basic human rights everyone in the world must know. Rights to life. Rights to equality. Rights to education. Rights to work. Rights to no discrimination. Rights to marry and have children. Rights to freedom of opinion and expression. Rights to democracy. Rights to a fair trial. Rights to freedom from slavery. It is a well-needed thing for people to understand what human rights are. Once people better understand human rights, promoting justice and social well-being will be quite easy. Meanwhile, we should also stand up for the human rights of others. Hope you may update your knowledge with this research-based video. And we invite you to contact us for guest post opportunities if you're interested in writing with us.